All right, this tutorial is about using the Rhino plugin through RR Submitter, or Royal Render, for the UTSOA Render Farm. This tutorial assumes you've already gone through the basics, so I will brush up on those very quickly and get us on our way. The first thing you want to be sure you've done is made a successful VPN connection to vpn.utexas, as you can see here. Next step is to generate that shortcut that ensures you're using a UNC path every time whenever you open your files. This will play nice with the render farm itself. How to do that is through the File Explorer and up here in the address field, 2 arch-data.austin.utexas.edu. Enter, and that gives you your full list of core shares. You'll have to find your core share in there depending upon what class you have. For this tutorial, I'm going to use the RS share. Just drag that onto your desktop using the right mouse button. That'll create a shortcut, and that will ensure you're using a UNC path every time. Next step, let's be sure you get Rhino open. I happen to have an animation file ready to go here. This will cover basic animation using Rhino render through to the render farm itself. The rules also hold true for V-Ray, so we will head down that path now. First step for a basic animation is to select the viewport you intend to animate, which in this case I'm going for the perspective, and I've set it up into rendered mode. Up here I'm hitting the animation tab and selecting the animate tool. What I've done is I've set up a half arc and a polyline through the model itself, and I'm going to set a path animation. First step is to set the camera, which is clicking the arc, and then the target, which is clicking the polyline. This will invoke a window, which is set animation. I've got 500 frames ready to go. Less frames will make that animation go a little bit faster. So I've selected 500 to slow it down a bit. File type's PNG. Capture method will be rendered. Render full. Viewport's perspective. Animation name is animation 01. Say OK. And we are closing in on our settings here. Let's see. I'm going to switch that out to Rhino render. And let's go for 1920 by 1080. If you've seen the Rhino render with stills, that's where I've iterated with small, medium, and large resolutions. So we know that works. And with this, I'm going to go for the full 1920 by 1080. Can stick with a 72 DPI for now. I take that back. Let's go for good quality. And skylight's good. I think that's where we'll keep it for resolution settings. Our very next step is to invoke our Python scripting and edit Python script. This will reset the scripting mechanism for Rhino. And next step is to run the RR submit Rhino plugin. You'll be asked to save the scene. Okay, our Rhino file is saved. RR submitter's up. Scene settings look like they are ready to go. I need to copy that path in the scene database to give it a little help. I've got my 500 frames here. See that I'm writing TIFFs. I do not want to write a TIFF. I'm going to write a bitmap to make it small. I don't want to wait. That should be a little bit quicker. Production filter. I'm going to submit this 500 frame animation to the production farm. Assign that only. And render preview first. I'm going to uncheck that just to let it go. Looks like my default render is good. Scene name is going to be path animation and submit. Closing the submitter. Next step is to go to RR control, which it looks like I already have running. And this is where you can monitor your own jobs. Top left corner, you'll see under user, that's me. In your iteration, you'll see your EID or your login. Top center will be your controls over your job itself. You'll see right here the path animation has been submitted to the farm. I've got several farmers picking up the job right now. Next spot to look for, if you're not looking at RR control, is going to be the monitor it through the web browser, which eventually this will populate, and that's accessible from anywhere. RR control is where you have full control over your job. And the last place you'll want to look is the directory in which you're actually writing your files, which in this case is here. And lo and behold, my 500 frames of animation have already begun. That's a good sign. So eventually this will start filling out, and you'll see the status up here. You'll see that more farmers are jumping on board, and more of my frames have started. That is the basic workflow for working with Rhino Render and spinning 500 frame animation to the render farm. Thanks for watching.